where you're going. You may be up today, but you may be
Yeah,
down tomorrow.
this is it. This is the spot. This color, man. The sky is just, it's gorgeous.
Every day brings about a change to
Can't wait till Saturday.
every day brings about a change.
Colin, when I called you last offseason, during the season actually last year, I was like, I only watch Titans games now.
Dude, miss those games with your family. Me and you lining up on kickoff.
Like 3 years, maybe 4.
I've been at the Titans for 3, so.
Dude, that's crazy. Camp 2019, you brought in a whole coat rack of clothes.
And it was like that, like dude date talk, like, we wanna like possibly room together or something?
I had a lot of help along the way. Between family, friends, mentors, man, it's been a long journey, but it's definitely not something I did by myself. You know, we both had a lot of mental battles we actually going through the last 3 years.
Yeah, but it is crazy thinking about even where you're at today mentally, and I mean, really the work you've done on your mental state. Think about that first year, both getting cut.
Yep.
I don't know how many times, but I've been waived a good bit of times. I learned to be a football player. It started my growth process in being a man by switching teams, because I started out in Denver and I'm high and mighty. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thankful that I'm so thankful for this actually, because it made me a better man. But I go to the next team, it's the Jets, man, and I don't know a soul. I don't know the plays. I don't know the coaches. They don't know me. I don't know the receivers, man. I get out there, my first game of punt, I look down, I'm like, I don't know a soul out here.
Kalif Raymond ranges over. It bounces off of Raymond, rolling down the sideline, and recovered by the Raiders.
Into the sun here. You can see him struggling.
Cleats are different, helmets different, everything's different. It's like a whole nother environment. And at that point, everything that I was, all the things that made me so comfortable, I didn't realize that like it was shadowing all the things that I need to work on. It was masking all the things that I need to work on. I had super anxiety, catching punts and everything like that. And that's when I was unsure who I was as a man. I was unsure who I was as a football player. At that point, I was like, man, I'm playing my last year. What I decided was like, man, I can do one or two things. I can sit here and wallow in my stress and just, it's always gonna be here, or I can decide to do something. And what I do to combat that is, man, I just grind. It's a choice every day to fight fear, fight doubt, fight temptation, fight anything that you're doing, man. It's a choice every day. The war is constant, man. I don't think it's ever gonna stop till the day you die. But even then, as long as the sum of all those battles, man, is I was a good man. I fought as hard as I could. To me, I think that's the essence of being a man.
Nah, I am so thankful for you though, for bringing me out here, bringing us out
What
here.
y'all don't know is he surprised me.
Yeah, that's a little bit of truth.
Because I've been asking Leaf to come visit for like 3 years now. And every year he's like, yeah, I'll be there in the off season, and he doesn't show up. And then, and then this year, text me, he's like, just text me where we're training tomorrow. I was like, what? I said, what? And then you called me, you're like, yeah, I'm passing by Three Sisters, is it?
Did she Tez County?
And I was like, no, he's really here.
I knew I always wanted to travel, but I never thought that the world was available in that way. It's 2018. You know, I got my mental back in a better place. But from a football standpoint, like I said, I didn't play a game. I know that I have the willpower to fight, but I don't know who I am as a man yet. And I think that's where I went there to figure that out. Football being where it was, this was the time to figure out who I was without it. I was gonna strip myself naked as far as all the facade or everything that I think that I am and put myself in an environment where everything's new. Man, it's so pretty here.
You in Bali, not friend?
A lifetime opportunity, baby. Bangkok. Only a select few people been up here.
My mom's Chinese and my dad's black. That's my ethnicity. And when I was spending my time in Southeast Asia, during that time I was like meditating, reading, and drawing. So I used to draw when I was younger. Around like day 5, day 6, I got up and I was like, man, all the things that happened in my life, I want to make sure that I'm always open to love, man. I never want to have myself closed off to anybody or anything. I was so blessed and so fortunate and so helped and so mentored along the way, even with the very little that we had. How do I not give everything back to the people I love? How can I not do the same for someone else, man, who may not be as fortunate? Not only do I think I'm built for it, man, but I'm excited for the challenge. I've always had this thing for traveling, and this guy, it was a cartoon, but he was leaving town, like it was just him, going off in an adventure, and all he had was a bamboo stick and a handkerchief. I can't remember what cartoon it is, and I was like, that's all you need? Like, where's the rest of your stuff? And then as I got older, I was like, that's all you need. Like, that's all I need. I don't need much. I can survive on very little, but because I was appreciative of the little things that I had.
I'm recording y'all.
What?
I'm recording you.
You know, it wasn't always the easiest growing up. I might have only gotten one pair of shoes for Christmas. You know, mom put everything she could together, so that, you know, those were my shoes. I had one pair of good shoes. I was gonna take care of them for the rest of the year. But there were times, man, we had to boil a pot, and that was what we used for hot water. You know, just to get clean, or the electric bill, man. We were lighting candles, man. And sometimes, you know, she wasn't sure how she would get done. I'll walk through. She's in the hallway crying. I'll just bust out crying. That's my mom. But just that kind of perspective, man. We didn't always have it. But understanding of watching my mom grind and the things that my mom did to keep us afloat gave me a lot of perspective, and that perspective allowed me to just appreciate what I have already. So.
Right here.
Well, this is technically my first time like actually training with him. Before, I was kind of like just helping him around, you know, because I was a little too young to really do anything. So I really just helped him out a little bit. Pretty fun, you know, a little bonding experience. I think I was in 7th grade or 6th grade when he first signed. I was really young. Personally, having a brother in the league isn't like, well, for me, it isn't really anything special because he's always been in the league, and you know, to me, he's always my big brother, you know. So it's like an everyday thing, and I got used to it, and he just been my brother, you know. Nothing really changed between us two.
What I need for myself hasn't changed. For me, it's, can my siblings go to college? And any decision that my family makes, I don't want them to not make a decision based on anything financial. And I think that's the biggest difference between growing up and having financial struggles is there are a lot of things that we couldn't do. Not because we weren't physically capable or mentally capable. Signing a 2-year deal and everything, like, even to this day, it still doesn't kind of feel real. That's the hardest part about growing up in a lower income community is the idea of actually achieving your dreams, getting to that point. It's something that you always work for, but even it's hard to ever expect it, if that makes sense. So expecting that it could happen to you.
3rd and goal from the Bear 4. Goff takes the snap, back to pass, throws right side. Raymond's got it, inside the 1, to the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions.
I'm gonna get to my mama real quick. Hey, baby, love you, man, love you.
coming like in the next few days, or she thinks she's just coming to hang out?
She thinks she's coming to get interviewed for the Under the Helmet stuff.
And she really thinks that.
Texted me a few days ago with like, do I really have to come to Oregon? I was like, yes, you must make this flight.
After all this is said and done, I am so getting on there about that.
Oh yeah. Wow, you don't want to come to Vid.
You don't want to come to
That's
Oregon.
When you think about the future, I knew if I was on my worst, I don't second guess whether she loves me. When you look at life, you look at 60 down the road, man, you look at having a partner, man. For her to have me, honestly, just as being the person she is, man, it's it would be a blessing, you know what I'm saying, to get to spend it with her.
I search round the world, and there ain't no one else quite like you. So happy you're my girl. The answer to my prayers, you came true. The way we come together feels like it's forever. We lived a million lifetimes too. So baby, here tonight, I wanna change our lives.
This is it. Isn't it so beautiful?
Yeah, it's so pretty.
Let's just, I'm gonna take a seat right there.
We met in college. I get to campus early. This is my sophomore year. That's a funny story too.
You remember how we first met?
Yeah.
How did we meet?
So we were in Kimball Dining Hall, and you were behind me in line. We were waiting for food, and then I turned around and we started talking.
Yeah. Well, I told you I went to tap you, and I'm literally like right here. And as soon as I go to tap you, randomly just turn around.
Yeah.
And you start talking. And at that point, I'm only in line. I already have food, but I'm only in line because you're in line.
You know, obviously you see a pretty girl, you say what's up. So we going to we're going. My receiver meeting's in the same building, but it's upstairs in the elevator. We're all in the elevator together. And I was asking, like, man, did y'all see the one girl? I think she's from Manila. You know, she was pretty. You know what I'm saying? She was cute. You know what I'm saying? But nothing of it. Obviously, I don't know who she is. Like, man, I don't know. I think her name was Julia Baker. I think. Of course, I don't talk to nobody. So all the receivers flipping out. We spent the whole meeting room. They done searched on the student web. They searching up her name, trying to find her ID number, where she go to class. I'm like, what is going on? Like, if you like a girl, we gotta find her. So there's this whole ordeal.
Yeah, then the football ball after that.
Yeah, you invited me to the football ball, introduced me to all your teammates.
Yep. Why do you think we work so well?
I think because we're like very similar. We're like almost the same person.
Yep.
Like I feel like we're both goofy. I don't know, we just have a lot of personality traits that are very similar. We come from somewhat, like our backgrounds are like kind of different, but there's some like similarities in that too, so.
We eat similar food because she's Asian American as well, so we both eat rice, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I'm saying? That's how she's the same way. So, yeah, she's a sweetheart though, man. She's the one in the room that like, she's like the neutral ground when there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on, but you need a little bit of peace in your life, man. She's the one you go to. So, yeah, man, she's a good person. So,
one of the most endearing things that you have, more than like, because obviously you're beautiful, and they say, you know, it sounds cliche when they say, oh, you're beautiful on the inside and the out, but you might be one of the best human beings that I know. Like, through and throughout, like you got a great heart. You care about your people, care about your family, but you're really, really a sweetheart. And I think that's bigger than anything else. Just the fact that you're a good person.
That's one of my favorite things. You're just a very kind, compassionate, caring person. I like that you always make sure that everyone around you feels included and like feels like they matter.
You care about people, and I don't know, Mom. I'm thankful that you're in my life. I think you're a gift from God.
I'm thankful you're not.
But I don't think 7 years it's like a long time compared to like forever. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's time to make it forever. Yeah. I think we should start right now too.
Oh my God.
I love you forever, forevermore. I'm so thankful that you chose me, and I'm hoping you'll still choose me from today into forever and the rest of our lives moving forward. So, will you marry me?
Yes.
I just want to be known as a good man. That's it. I went through this life. I went through this profession. I want to be able to look at all the choices that I made, and I want the sum of those choices to say, man, I did it the right way. I was a good man. Good man to the people around me. Good man to the people I care about. And good man to the people that I don't know. Maybe I influence somebody in a certain way, but I just want to be a good man when it's all said and done.
Because our love is the greatest, ooh, baby.
I am Kalif Raymond.
Because our love is the greatest, ooh.